Here is the rewritten script, cleaned up and expanded to meet your requirements. Today, we have an important Social Security update that many seniors and veterans need to understand before March 10th arrives. If you rely on Social Security retirement, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, this update may affect when you see your money appear in your bank account. Before anyone worries, let me say something clearly right from the beginning. This is not a benefit cut. This is not a bonus payment. And this is not a surprise policy change. What we are seeing right now is mostly about payment timing, processing schedules, and how banks handle deposits around certain dates in March. I know many seniors have been hearing rumors online. Some people are saying payments are changing, others say checks are delayed, and some posts claim new money is coming on March 10th. In this update, we are going to slow everything down and walk through it calmly together. By the end, you will know what the March 10th Social Security change actually means, which groups of seniors and veterans are affected, why some people may see deposits earlier or later than expected, and what to do if your payment does not arrive when you expect it. Most importantly, you will know what is real and what is not. When you are living on a fixed income, even small timing changes can create stress. So let us clear things up together. Over the past several days, a lot of discussion has started around March 10th and Social Security payments, but much of what people are hearing is confusing or incomplete. So let us start with the most important part. First, what is actually happening? The Social Security Administration continues to follow its normal payment calendar, which distributes benefits based on the type of benefit you receive, your birth date, and when you first started receiving benefits. Every month, payments are sent out in multiple waves, and March is no different. However, because of how the calendar falls this month, some payments around March 10th and the following days may appear slightly earlier or slightly later, depending on your bank's processing schedule. That is where most of the confusion is coming from. The Social Security Administration sends payments on schedule, but banks decide when those deposits show up in your account. When people see deposits appear early or they see something pending in their bank account, they sometimes believe a new payment program has started, but that is not what is happening. Now let us also clarify something very important. What is not happening? This is not a stimulus check. This is not a one-time bonus payment. This is not a cost of living increase announcement. And this is not a Social Security cut either. Nothing about your monthly benefit amount is changing because of March 10th. The amount you receive remains the same as the current payment schedule already set by the Social Security Administration. What is happening is simply about timing and payment cycles. Sometimes payments arrive 1 or 2 days earlier, depending on your bank. Other times, they appear later in the day or even the next morning. When that happens across millions of accounts at the same time, people naturally begin asking questions, which is completely understandable. So now let us walk through exactly who gets paid and how the system works. Because every group receives benefits on a slightly different schedule, Social Security benefits are not paid to everyone on the same day. Instead, the system is divided into several groups. Understanding which group you fall into can make it much easier to know when your payment should arrive. Let us go through them one by one. SSI, or Supplemental Security Income, is designed to help individuals who are elderly, blind, or disabled with limited income and resources. SSI payments normally go out on the first day of each month. If the first falls on a weekend or holiday, the payment is sent earlier, usually the business day before. For March, SSI payments were scheduled normally at the beginning of the month, so there is no special March 10th change for SSI recipients. What some SSI recipients may notice, however, is that their bank may post deposits at different times during the day, depending on how that institution processes incoming federal payments. So, if you receive SSI and your payment posted early in the morning, midday, or later in the evening, that is normal bank behavior. What you should expect is your regular monthly payment amount, your usual deposit timing window, and no additional bonus tied to March 10th. Now let us talk about SSDI, or Social Security Disability Insurance. SSDI payments follow a birth date schedule. Recipients are grouped into 3 categories. If your birth date falls between the 1st and the 10th of the month, payments are sent on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. If your birth date falls between the 11th and the 20th, payments are sent on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. If your birth date falls between the 21st and the 31st, payments are sent on the 4th Wednesday of the month. For many SSDI recipients, March 10th is being discussed because it falls close to the first major payment wave this month. However, the official payment schedule has not changed. What you should expect is payment based on your birth date group, normal deposit timing depending on your bank, and no special extra payment tied specifically to March 10th. Now let us talk about Social Security retirement benefits. Most retirees receiving Social Security follow the same birth date schedule used by SSDI recipients. Again, the payment timing is determined by when you were born, not by a single universal payment date. For example, if your birth date falls between the 1st and the 10th, your payment is typically sent on the second Wednesday of the month. If your birth date falls between the 11th and the 20th, your payment is usually sent on the third Wednesday. If your birth date falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment is normally sent on the fourth Wednesday. Some retirees are seeing online posts suggesting that everyone will receive money on March 10th. That is not correct. Instead, payments will continue to arrive according to the established Social Security calendar. What you should expect is the same payment amount you normally receive and the same payment schedule tied to your birth date. Now, there is one group that operates under a slightly different schedule. If you started receiving Social Security before May of 1997, you are part of what many advisors call the pre-1997 group. This group receives payments earlier in the month, usually around the third day of the month. This includes many individuals who receive both SSI and Social Security benefits. For this group, March payments were already issued earlier in the month, so the March 10th discussion does not represent a new payment event. What you should expect is the same early month payment schedule and no change to your regular deposit amount. Now let us also mention veterans who receive VA disability or pension benefits. Many veterans are also hearing questions about March 10th. VA benefits normally follow a first-of-the-month payment schedule, similar to SSI. If the first falls on a weekend or federal holiday, the payment is typically issued the business day before. For March, VA payments were already processed through the normal system. Again, March 10th is not a special additional payment date. However, just like Social Security deposits, banks sometimes post VA deposits early or later depending on their internal processing cycles. What you should expect is your regular monthly VA benefit, no special bonus tied to March 10th, and possible variation in bank posting times. Now this next part is extremely important because it explains why so many people believe payments are changing when in reality they are simply seeing different bank timing. Here is how the process actually works. First, the Social Security Administration sends payment instructions to banks electronically. These instructions include the benefit amount, the recipient account number, and the official payment date. Once that instruction is sent, the money moves through the federal payment system. But here is the key point many people do not realize. The Social Security Administration sends the payment. Your bank decides when you see it. Some banks release funds the moment they receive the notification. Other banks wait until the official payment date. Some institutions show the deposit as pending first before it officially posts. This is why two neighbors receiving the same benefit may see deposits appear at completely different times. For example, one bank might show the deposit 2 days early, another bank might show it late at night the day before, and another might not show it until the official payment morning. All three situations are completely normal. This difference in processing is the main reason March 10th is being discussed so heavily right now. When millions of deposits move through the system at once, small timing differences can create a lot of online confusion. Remember the most important sentence: Social Security sends the payment. Your bank decides when you see it. Now let us talk about something that causes a lot of stress for seniors every single month. What should you do if your payment does not show up when you expected it? First, take a breath. Payment timing can vary slightly from month to month depending on bank processing times, weekends, or holidays. Before assuming something is wrong, it helps to follow a simple step-by-step approach. The first step is to wait 3 business days. The Social Security Administration recommends waiting 3 full business days after the expected payment date before reporting a missing payment. There is a reason for that. Deposits can sometimes move through the banking system in stages. A payment might be sent on the official date, processed overnight by your bank, and then posted the following morning. If your expected payment date falls near a weekend, the timing can stretch a little longer. For example, if a payment was scheduled on a Wednesday, but your bank processes deposits overnight, you might see it Thursday morning instead. So the first step is simply to allow 3 business days for the system to complete the transfer. The second step is to check your bank account first. Before calling Social Security, the next step is to check directly with your bank or credit union. Banks sometimes hold deposits in pending status before releasing them. That means the money is already in the system, but it may not show as available yet. If you use online banking, you may see the deposit listed as pending, processing, or scheduled. If you do not use online banking, a quick phone call to your bank can help confirm whether the deposit has already arrived, but has not been released yet. In many cases, the bank will tell you that the deposit is scheduled to post later that day or the next morning. The third step is to check your My Social Security account. This secure online portal allows you to review your payment history, your next scheduled payment, your benefit amount, and any notices sent by the Social Security Administration. If your payment has already been issued by Social Security, it will usually appear in your payment activity record. That can provide reassurance that the payment is already moving through the system. Another thing to watch for is overpayment notices or adjustments. Sometimes when people worry about a missing payment, they later discover that a notice arrived explaining a change. Adjustments are not common, but they can happen. For example, a Medicare premium deduction might change. A prior overpayment might be corrected, or a benefits update might be applied. If any of those things occur, the Social Security Administration usually sends a written notice explaining the adjustment. So, if your payment amount looks different, it is always a good idea to check your mail and your My SSA messages for any explanation. Now, if 3 business days have passed and your payment still has not appeared, then it may be time to contact the Social Security Administration. When calling, it helps to have a few things ready: your Social Security number, your bank account information, your expected payment date, and any notices you recently received. Having those details available helps the representative review your record quickly and determine what may have happened. In many cases, the answer turns out to be a simple banking delay or posting issue. But if there truly is a missing payment, Social Security can begin the process of tracing the deposit. Before we move forward, I want to pause for just a moment and acknowledge something that many seniors are feeling right now. Living on a fixed income today is not easy. Prices at the grocery store have changed. Utility bills have gone up in many areas. Medical costs can be unpredictable. When your monthly income is tied to a set benefit payment, even a small delay or timing change can feel very stressful. That feeling is completely understandable. The system that millions of seniors rely on needs to feel stable and predictable. When information online starts spreading confusion, it can make people worry. But the most important thing to remember right now is this: the core Social Security payment system is still operating on its normal schedule. There has been no sudden policy change tied specifically to March 10th. What people are mostly seeing are timing differences created by banking systems and deposit processing. Those variations happen almost every month. Whenever there is discussion about payment timing, it is also a good opportunity to review a few simple financial safety steps. Think of this as a short checklist to help protect your benefits and keep everything running smoothly. First, verify a few important details related to your benefits. Take a moment to confirm your official payment date based on your benefit group. Confirm your direct deposit banking information on file with Social Security and review any automatic deductions, such as Medicare premiums. Even a small change in banking information can sometimes cause a deposit delay. Logging into your My SSA account once in a while can help confirm that everything is still correct. It is also a good way to review your benefit statement and payment history. The second step is protection. Unfortunately, whenever Social Security news spreads online, scammers sometimes take advantage of the confusion. So it is important to remember a few safety rules. Social Security will never call you demanding immediate payment. They will never ask you to send money using gift cards. They will never threaten arrest over the phone for a benefits issue. If you receive a suspicious call claiming to be from Social Security, the safest thing to do is hang up and contact Social Security directly using the official number. Another good habit is to avoid spending funds before they officially appear in your account. Some banks show deposits as pending, and it is best to wait until the payment is fully posted before making large purchases or withdrawals. Finally, it is always wise to monitor your bank account regularly. The third part of the checklist is something many seniors overlook, and that is making sure you are receiving all the assistance programs you may qualify for. Many households receiving Social Security may also qualify for additional support programs. For example, SNAP benefits can help with grocery costs for eligible households. LIHEAP programs can assist with heating or cooling bills depending on your state. Medicare savings programs may help cover premiums, deductibles, or co-payments for individuals with limited income. One helpful website where you can explore multiple programs at once is benefits.gov. This government resource allows you to answer a few questions and see which programs may be available in your state. Many seniors are surprised to learn they qualify for assistance they never realized existed. So if finances have been feeling tighter lately, it may be worth taking a few minutes to explore those options. Now, there is another question many people are asking. Will more financial help be coming for seniors? Right now, the honest answer is that nothing new has been officially signed or approved that would change benefits immediately. There are often policy discussions about Social Security, retirement programs, and cost of living adjustments, but discussions are different from finalized legislation. Any major change to Social Security benefits requires formal policy action and approval. That process takes time. So while conversations about senior support programs continue in many places, there is no confirmed new payment tied to March 10th. That is why it is important to rely on verified information from official sources rather than rumors circulating online. If you take one thing away from today's update, let it be this. The discussion around March 10th is mostly about payment timing and banking processing, not a sudden change to Social Security benefits. Your benefit amount has not been cut. There is no surprise bonus tied to that date. The Social Security payment system is continuing to follow its established monthly schedule. If you are expecting a payment this month, the best approach is to simply watch your normal payment window, check your bank account, and allow a couple of business days for processing if needed. Millions of Americans rely on these benefits. While the system is not always perfect, it remains one of the most consistent support programs for seniors and veterans. Before we finish today, I would really like to hear from you. If you are comfortable sharing, tell me which state you are watching from today. It is always interesting to see how many different communities across the country are part of these conversations. Take care of yourselves, stay calm, and we will continue to keep a close eye on these developments together.
Yeah, grind mode on, can't kill my drive. Turn the pressure up, I come alive. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. Wake up with a vision, I'm locked on the target. Turn pain into fuel, I'm a flame, I spark it. No shortcuts here, I embrace every test. Pressure on my shoulders, still I handle it best. I was made for the climb, every loss, every scar. Built me in the steel, now I shine like a star. If the road gets rough, I just double my speed. Ambition on 10, I was born to lead. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. They said limits exist, but I shattered the frame. Every wall in my path is just fuel for the frame. Discipline heavy, but my spirit is free. I don't chase success, success chases me. I'm the storm and the calm, I'm the rise, I'm the proof. Every bar that I drop is the grind in the booth. Blood, sweat, tears, that's the code I trust. I don't wait for the crown, I earn it, I must.